Never met someone like you, felt something like your touch. I wish we would have met tonight. Sure, I've had lovers in my past, won't lie, I've had a blast, but none of them had your humor. They can't compare, no one could ever do, nobody's close to you, yeah. One night's not fair, what can I say to make you never leave this room? I need you to stay a little longer, oh forever, oh yeah.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new Sunday reset. I've got so much cleaning to get done today. I was hoping to have something different for you guys today besides cleaning, but right now with everything going on, I kind of just have to film around what's currently going on in my life. And on this particular day, I had to catch up on some cleaning. It was actually a Sunday as well, so a true Sunday reset happening today. I have been posting Sunday resets now for years. They're actually a very big part of my channel if you've been watching my videos, and I do have them all in a playlist, so I'll link that below if you want to check it out. But sometimes I do cleaning and I'll share like a weekly grocery haul, I'll meal plan. It really just depends what I need to do that week for my reset. Sometimes I just need to get my house clean, so that's what today's focus is. I've got to strip beds, clean bathrooms, mop, the whole nine. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Good news is I'm almost finished with the dining room makeover. I feel like I've been promising that video forever, but we've just had so much going on, and I know you guys understand, but I promise I'm almost done with it. I'm trying to make sure that I have everything that I need before I film that, and I think I have just about everything. So I'm just tying up some loose ends. I'm just putting all of my laundry on my bed. I'm not going to get it folded today, but I just want to have it all in one place. I had a basket here, a basket there, so I'm just going to set both of those on my bed, and I'll get to that another day. So something that I've wanted to do for a while now is make a homemade disinfectant cleaner, something that's safe and non-toxic to use in my home. I'll put the recipe that I'm following down below, but I just went on Pinterest and found a random recipe. It's mostly straight rubbing alcohol. Mine is 91%, and there's a little peroxide and then a variety of essential oils. I found the spray bottle on Amazon, and I went with a dark glass because of the essential oils. If they're exposed to light, they are less effective. And I always have the essential oils that I use down below in the description box. I've used this brand for years. One thing that I do not do is buy my essential oils from just anywhere. Most of the time they are not pure, so you want to make sure that you buy from a trusted brand. Again, I'll have that link below for y'all. I did like this cleaner. I felt like it made my house smell so good, like really clean and sterile, and I love that. But on some of my painted furniture, like my nightstands in my bedroom, it was kind of wanting to eat the paint. It had like a sticky feel to it, so definitely be careful if you are going to use this on any kind of painted furniture. Once it dried, that sticky feel went away, but I feel like while it was still sticky, if I had have scratched it in the slightest, that paint would have came right up. So if you want a good paint stripper, you might want to try some straight rubbing alcohol. But like I said, once it dried, that sticky feel went away, and everything else, it did fine. My white furniture just didn't like it. And I did try to clean the mirror in my bedroom with it as well, just to experiment how it would be on glass. And I don't recommend it for glass. It left a lot of streaks, but it worked great in my bathrooms. I used it to wipe down sinks and counters and toilets. It worked really great. It had everything smelling super clean. I even used it on my couch as like a linen spray. But I think if I want to use it on any kind of painted furniture, I need to dilute it next time.
You think nobody's ever thought of the things you think about when you're alone and it feels. You think you're crazy, but everybody's the same. Afraid different schedule. Can't handle reality. You can't understand it. Trying to manage, repair the damage. A couple steps, but in slow motion. A couple distant oceans like that. Thought that it would heal you, but it's poison. I thought
Let me know in the comments down below if you guys do a weekly reset. Not necessarily on Sunday, but just one day out of the week where you try to get most everything done. If so, what does your reset look like? Is it self-care? Is it resting, cleaning? And also, do you take one day to get it all done, or do you just break it up through the week? I've had to do both. It really depends on what I've got going on that week, but I really like to take one day out of the week to go ahead and get as much done as I can, just so I can focus on other things through the week. But I also have to take one day to rest and do absolutely nothing. I feel like lately that's been a little hard, and I'm trying to find a balance. I feel like I'm just going nonstop, but I have got to where in the evenings, like maybe after 8-9 o'clock, once we've had dinner and the kitchen's clean, I will go ahead and get my shower, and then I'll either lay in bed and scroll on my phone, or I'll watch a TV show. Just try to have some time each day where nothing is expected from me. But also sometimes I have to edit my videos after my kids go to bed, just because that's really the only good quality time that I have to sit down and focus on editing. So sometimes I do have to work, but I also see that as a blessing. I'm able to focus on my kids and other things during the day when I'm not filming, and then I can get most of my work done after they go to bed. YouTube has been such a blessing to me in this phase of life, raising my kids and also being by Corey's side while he's sick. I often think about how much of a blessing my channel has been. Because of that, it's been financially possible to be there. I have that flexibility in my schedule, and that means a lot to me. And also my kids, that you guys watch my videos and that you pray for Corey. I've been trying to keep you guys in the loop with him. Most of the time I will share the updates on my community tab because that's the quickest way to update. But since the last update, there's not really been much of a change. They are talking like he'll be in the hospital for a few more weeks just to make sure he's okay. But I have had some questions lately about who Corey is, so I wanted to address that. But Corey is my ex-husband. He's the father of my 2 boys. While we are divorced, we have developed a friendship, and we're able to raise our boys together, making decisions together, and that's been really good for my boys. They're able to, see us getting along. But this whole situation with Corey has changed both of us. We kind of view life a little differently. I definitely don't take it for granted. I soak in the simpler stuff, the stuff that I normally wouldn't pay attention to. I soak that in more, if that makes any sense. Like walking outside and feeling the air, feeling it on my skin, breathing it in, sitting with my kids and watching a movie together, reading a story to them. Those little conversations that we have through the day, I soak all of that in, and I don't take any of it for granted anymore. When this whole thing with Corey happened, when he was diagnosed, we both realized what we thought mattered actually didn't matter at all, and it's been really humbling. And that kind of reminds me of something that I saw the other day that I wanted to pass along to you guys, and it really hit hard for me because that's exactly how I've been feeling lately. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed in the amount of things that we need to do daily. There's always laundry waiting for us. There's always dishes in the sink, cooking to do, cleaning to do, and it just feels so overwhelming when you think of it as you have to do those things. And I saw a quote the other day, and it said, "You don't have to do anything. You get to." A lot of people woke up today and won't get the opportunity. Gratitude. Change your perspective. So when you see dishes in your sink, instead of thinking, "I have to do the dishes," think, "I get to do the dishes because my kids ate today. I get to cook and make a meal for them in our warm and safe home, and they get to go to bed with full bellies. I get to fold laundry because we have clothes to wear, but I also get to because I'm able." Health is something else that I'm no longer taking for granted. I've kind of talked about this some with the groceries that I've been buying and the changes I've been making there, but I have my health and I'm able to do all of those things. It's something that I saw the other day while scrolling Facebook, and it's exactly how I've been feeling lately, and I wanted to pass it along in case any of you are struggling right now to find your motivation. Sometimes just changing your perspective and having a grateful heart will give you all the motivation that you need. So very soon, as y'all know, I'm going to be decorating for fall and I cannot wait. But let me know when your fall decor goes up. I have decorated as early as August before, and that's because as a content creator, it's better to upload early in the game so that you can inspire your audience and share ideas. But this year, I'm not going to get to decorate until September, which I still feel like is relatively early. I feel like September through November is for fall decor, and then December 1st through about the 1st to the middle of January is for Christmas. Although last year I left my Christmas decor up, I think it was like the middle or end of February. I left it up way later than I usually do, but I was just still in the Christmas spirit, so I left my decor up. So I say decorate when you want and leave it up for as long as you want. There are no rules. It's your house. But I do know one thing I've got to do before the holidays is go through my kids' toys. I think I'm going to do away with toy rotation because even though I'm rotating, the toys are still in my house taking up room. What I do is I keep them in totes in the closet, but that's closet space that we could use. So I'm probably going to do like a heavy toy purge. Tell me if you're the same, but I feel like my kids' toys just multiply on their own. Every time I walk into their room, I see more toys. It feels like their toy box is overflowing, and yeah, it's just way too much. I feel overwhelmed just walking in here. So very soon I need to get that done. Plus, this is a great time of year to start decluttering toys so that you can bless others as new toys. Y'all, they are so overly priced these days. They're so expensive. I actually myself am thinking about thrifting our Christmas this year, minus what Santa brings. I've had just so many major expenses this past year. It's wiped me out. I just had to get a new air conditioner, as y'all know, so definitely considering thrifting this year. I know Kim from the Wads did a lot of Christmas shopping at the thrift store last year, and that was very inspiring. She found a lot of brand new stuff that hadn't even been opened. So let me know down below if you thrift for Christmas. I did go ahead and take the rug up in here because it's a washable rug. I like to wash it at least maybe once a month or as needed. Sometimes my little Yorkie thinks it's a potty pad, so I try to remember to keep the door shut when the kids aren't in here. She loves rugs, and it's really weird because she won't mess with the rug in the living room, which thank goodness, because that one I have to take it outside and spray it off with the water hose. I can't just throw that one in the wash. But my other rugs she loves, so I'm constantly washing rugs, it feels like. I did also go ahead and strip their beds. I got new ones on my son's bed, but on my daughter's bed, her mattress protector needed washing, so I'm going to wash that before I put the new sheets on. By the way, I love the mattress protectors that we have. I used to get the plastic ones from Walmart, but they were so loud, any movement, and it sounded like a bag of chips. And they always tore so easily, which I felt like defeated the purpose. So when we moved, I finally switched to the cloth ones, and they're so much better. I found them on Amazon, and they don't crinkle like the plastic ones do. They still have that protective liner, but on top of the liner feels like a terry cloth kind of. It's very soft. I also am going to go ahead and wash their comforters, and I'll be drying those on the line today. This is the jar that they put their toothbrushes in, and over time it just gets so crusty. So I'm going to put that in the dishwasher. And you may have already noticed, but I'm using the homemade cleaner on my sinks and my counters in the bathroom, also my toilets, but I was kind of nervous to use it on my tubs because they are painted. My counters are painted too, but they're sealed with poly. It really seemed to do fine on those, but I didn't want to experiment on my tubs and risk messing those up. So I just used my regular Kaboom purple spray on those, and of course I found out it doesn't work on mirrors that well, so I used Sprayway for those. If you have any good homemade cleaner recipes, leave them below. I'm looking specifically for disinfectants, just maybe something that's not going to eat through the paint on my furniture. I'll still be using the Mrs. Meyer's. When I really want to disinfect, I'd like a good homemade cleaner for that, something that's non-toxic. I would eventually personally like to replace all of my cleaners with Safe and Natural because I feel better using that around myself and my kids. And Mrs. Meyer's is supposed to be Safe and Natural, but it's actually not. And same with Method. They are marketed as Safe and Natural, but they just aren't. I actually had a subscriber message me on Instagram and tell me that. And it seems like I have heard that before in the past. I just haven't paid that much mind to it. Will I still use them? Probably, especially in the fall time because I love the Mrs. Meyer's seasonal scents, but maybe not use them as often. And as I mentioned earlier, this homemade cleaner had my house smelling so clean today, and even several days after, it just had my house smelling clean. That's the only way I know to describe it. It just smelled clean. Garden update. My bell pepper plants are really thriving. We have gotten so many bell pepper off of them, and we're still getting. I've been able to share with my mom as well, and the ones that I keep I will wash and go ahead and cut them up, and I'll stick them in freezer bags for future recipes. My strawberries and my cucumber I think are pretty well done, and I guess it's because their season is over, but we got quite a few strawberries this year and a few cucumber as well, but the cucumber I've got to figure out for next year because I'm not really sure when to pick them. I think with cucumber, you got to find the sweet spot on when to pick them because you don't want to pick them too soon, but you also don't want to leave them too long. And I think that was my problem this year. I was leaving them too long and they were getting very bitter. Most all of our cucumbers that I picked were bitter. We had maybe a couple that were good. So I've got to figure that out. My zucchini, it never done anything, but at least we got an overabundance of peppers that at least made my garden a little bit worth it because I do use bell pepper a lot, and my tomatoes as well. They never really did anything, but I learned a lot from my mistakes this year with gardening, and that's what it's all about. It's about trial and error, figuring things out. For me, that's the best way that I learn is hands-on and from the mistakes that I make. So I know what not to do next time. Also, one of you were asking if I was going to have a fall garden this year, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have time for that this year. We just have way too much going on. Plus, I didn't really plan ahead for that. But would I like to next year? Absolutely. For this year, it's just not in the cards. To let you guys know that the monthly giveaway is linked below as well. So this will be the August giveaway, and one lucky winner will receive a $25 Amazon gift card. We'll run the giveaway for 1 week, and if you are the winner, I'll contact you via email, and I'll also post it in my Instagram stories and on my community tab. But I do these every month. I just keep it on the low. I put them in random videos each month. I don't announce. So be sure to enter for that. This is my sourdough so far. It's really been thriving. It's actually doubled in size since this video. I've not had a chance to make anything with it yet, but I've been feeding it and it's done so well, and it smells so good too. I love to take the lid off and just smell it because it smells so good. I've been marking the jar with a dry erase marker to keep up with the growth, and I'm just so happy that it's thriving. So far it's been really easy. I just feed it with some flour and water daily, and I do keep it in the refrigerator. I just had it out on this day because I had actually had intentions of making bread, but it never happened. I got way too tired with cleaning and I just never got around to making the bread, but I do keep it in the fridge. kitchen was actually not that bad today, but my dishes were seriously ridiculous. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those loaded into the dishwasher and get that running, with the exception of our insulated cups. Those I've heard you aren't supposed to run through the dishwasher because it messes up the insulation. They don't keep things as hot or cold. So I've been running mine in the dishwasher and I haven't noticed a difference yet, but that doesn't mean that I won't. So just to play it safe, I'm gonna take a couple of minutes to wash those by hand. By the way, some of you have been asking about the little hub screen that's on my counter above my dishwasher. So that is actually my rain point hub that goes to my garden. I've got it on an automatic timer sprinkler system, and that hub kind of keeps up with everything for me, the water usage and the schedule and everything. I've had a few ask, so I wanted to mention that. I'll put the rain point system down below if you guys are interested. I actually worked with them on a video over the summer, and I think I had a code as well. I'll have to check and see, but I'll have that link down below for you guys.
In the quiet of the night, my head's going so loud. It sounds just like a party. Thoughts spin around like shadows they cast. I'm an overthinker, lost in my mind. I'm always searching for answers I'll never find. That's a every moment, every choice I make, caught in a cycle, can't catch a break. Wish that I could just turn on like a switch in my brain, so I can finally breathe. Thoughts spin around like shadows they cast. I'm an overthinker, lost in my mind. I'm always searching for answers I'll never find. That's it every moment, every choice I make, caught in a cycle, can't catch a break.
This vacuum I'm using today is the Eureka Omniverse. I just worked with them on a video on this particular vacuum, and I seriously love it. The suction power is amazing. It's for both carpet and hard floor, and it is corded, but I am liking that because sometimes I forget to charge my cordless vacuum, or either it's about to die while I'm trying to hurry up and vacuum, and then I catch myself trying to just hurry and get it done, and I'm not doing a thorough job. So I kind of like the cord for that reason. I can kind of, take my time vacuuming, especially on days when I need to vacuum my entire house like today. Comparing it to my cordless vacuum though, it's definitely more powerful. I think my cordless is more for like surface level vacuuming, but this one really pulls some dirt. I was impressed. The first time that I vacuumed my rug with it, there was so much dirt that came out of my rug. So I just need to finish mopping here in the kitchen and in the classroom. And then I need to get back in the kids' room and get their bedding back on, get the rug back down. I saved my living room for last today because that's where the kids were hanging out while I cleaned. And I knew it would be pointless to try and clean that early on. So I saved that room for last. I was exhausted as usual when I finished today, but it's always so worth it to have a fresh, clean house for a new week. There's nothing like waking up on Monday morning to a fresh, clean house. And I feel like my week just goes so much smoother when I have all of this extra cleaning done. And that way through the week, I'm really just doing maintenance cleaning. But let me tell y'all, it only takes about one bad day of being off track for my house to become a disaster. And I'm always like, how does this happen? Because usually when that's happening, we're not even home most of the time. But I also feel like because we're kind of in and out and we're so busy, we're not taking time to do maintenance cleaning. We're not putting things back where they go. And yeah, the whole house just spirals out of control really quick if you don't stay on top of it. But honestly, that's just normal life. It's normal for your house to get that way. And if your house doesn't get that way, please share your secrets with us because I would love to know. I will say having chore charts has really helped my kids to stay on track too. And it's also helped me because I don't have to tell them what they need to do. They already know what is expected of them. They can go to their chart and they can see exactly what they need to get done every day. If you guys missed last Sunday's video, I had also added a new coffee table to my living room. I decided to go ahead and get a coffee table instead of the ottoman because number one, I feel like it breaks up some of that gray that I've got going in my living room, adds some contrast, some warmth. But we can also set drinks on it, no problem. With the ottoman, we couldn't really do that. So I had actually been thinking about a coffee table for a while. So I finally broke down and got it. But yeah, just going to straighten up here in the living room, and that will be pretty much it for today's video. I also need to mop out the living room, or not the living room, the laundry room, and that will be all for my cleaning. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and you found it motivational. Remember that the giveaway is linked below, so enter for that before you leave. Also be sure to leave a butterfly emoji down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.